All right, we're talking Wilkes University baseball. Mike Guy, the head coach, with us. Coach, fantastic start. I don't know if you could have dreamed of it being any better. The start here for the Colonel, and now you're like the pressure. I gotta keep this going. But let's talk about just getting out to a great start, giving these guys some confidence early.
Yeah, I think it started in the fall, honestly, with their work ethic, their team camaraderie. There's a lot of juniors and seniors on the team that have taken younger guys under their wing, and everything from early work to the weightlifting to the optional practices. They had the right mindset going in, and it's really carried over. And then right into our winter practices, we're very fortunate we have a turf field, so we could get outside for some of those. But even when we were indoors, we had energy at practice, which is tough sometimes, being in the Northeast and being locked inside a gym. But the leadership really, put us on the right path.
You think hey, we might be okay down here. What you don't know is, hey, you don't know everything about the teams that you're going to play down there.
Sure.
When you guys take the trip, talk a little bit about, being able to have such a favorable outcome on all those games.
Yeah, I think it's our coaching staff. Kevin Johnson, Kyle Ophir, Nick DeFabo, Trevor Tellep, Mark Madrowski, and a couple of our volunteers, Paul Zafuto, Rob Levincelli, Joe Champy. Like, they were doing scouts, they were doing watching videos of teams that we were going to play, and positioning, and how to attack this team versus how to attack that team, who should pitch this game, who should hit that game, how we should run our offense. So a lot of it had to do in the prep work, and we're fortunate enough that we have guys who got these scouts done early enough where we knew how we were going to play a certain team when we were down there. So I think it had a lot to do with our coaching staff just being prepared for who we're playing.
I'm sure there's some surprises. You're like, wow, that kid really stepped up for us. And there's more than just one. But talk about, guys that are stepping up, and especially on the mound. That was a concern early. Like, boy, it's gonna be challenging on the mound. We're gonna do our best, but we got some challenges there. Some guys really stepped up.
Yeah, Zach Lloyd was just named Landmark Conference Pitcher of the Week. He's a freshman. His first start, he threw a complete game, 10 strikeout, shutout, 2 hit. He did it all his entire career at West Scranton, locally here, but does it translate to college baseball? And the answer for him is yes. And other guys have just been consistent. Like, we have guys who are going out there, throwing the ball over the plate, and it's not just one guy, it's a number of guys. I'm not big into stats, but the few stats that you look at, your on-base percentage, your ERA, we got a lot of guys who are a sub-3 ERA, and it's not just one guy. Ryan Sanderson, one of our captains, who's a senior right now, I mean, he just goes out. I think he's pitched about 9 or 10 innings, and he hasn't let up a run, and he's come into big-time situations. Bases loaded, 1 out, second and third, 1 out, and then he's able to give us 3, 4, 5 innings. He's not just, a 20-pitch, a 30-pitch guy, and then he goes down. But that has to do with his conditioning, and also a credit to our strength and conditioning coaches at Wilkes. Coach Clay Hold runs a great program, and had our guys in there 4 days a week from September through December, and then 2 days a week ever since we've been back. And he differentiates it from the pitchers to the starters to the relievers and how they're going to prep. And knock on wood, we've been healthy on the mound, and guys have come in and done a really good job throwing strikes.
Baseball, college coach. It doesn't always go like this. But again, it's a long season. You know that. You realize the Landmark's going to be a tough conference to play baseball. But just talk a little bit about the adjustments of being a college baseball coach.
Yeah, it's a much longer season. You're not just playing on the weekends. You're playing midweek games, all 9-inning games, not 7-inning games like high school is and travel is. And you have the entire year to prepare. Where for travel, you might get January, February, then you don't see the kids for March, April, May during their high school seasons, and then you have maybe 5 or 6 practices before you play a tournament, and then you're just rattling off tournaments. You're playing nonstop on the weekends. College, there's a lot more time to implement a lot more things, and you can get deeper into the game, and you can get deeper into their swings, deeper into who's right in this spot versus who's right in that spot, and actually have a true depth chart. And we have 30 guys on the roster. Every single one of them has been in so far, and they have all contributed. And that's a big testament to them, because it's not easy in college baseball. There's often, a lot of guys on a roster and guys aren't getting playing time, but the guys have figured a way out to, embrace the role they're in and contribute for the team. We haven't had one star in every single game. We've had a number of different stars in a number of different games.
Well, you guys are out to a fantastic start. Wish you the best from the Landmark Conference. You go all in here, and
Yeah.
we'll see how those long weekends go. But all the best, Coach.
Thank you very much.